This young lady right here is Christy O'Hara. She'll be passing out some information for you guys to check out. That's our host, Playa T, Terry Crumpton, and the person holding the camera, that gentleman is Hollywood Chuck B. So we come on behalf of PlayaTshow.com.
What about you? I want to know your dream since you raised your hand and you know what you want to do for it.
I want to go into pharmaceutical science, like develop medicine.
Pharmaceutical science. Wow. Yeah, that's great. Right. Now, you know Cleveland Clinic is like the 4th best hospital in the country. Yeah. So you can see yourself developing medicines for Cleveland Clinic? Yeah. Now, one thing I want to know, do you visualize that? Do you see yourself doing that? You do? Because that's real important. If you didn't know that, you want to visualize yourself doing what you see yourself become, because that's how you're going to become it. If you can't visualize it, guess what? You know, and to go back to my story now, like I said, I wanted to be in entertainment. Well, I ended up getting into a little trouble when I was your age, and you know, my mama told the judge, you know, well, he's seen a Navy recruiter. So the judge said, well, either go to jail or go to the service. So y'all know which one I picked, right? I went to jail. Nah, I'm just kidding. I didn't go to jail. I went to the military. And the military really made me mature. I spent 4 years in the military. I traveled all around the world in different countries. I've seen a lot of different things that you guys are going to eventually see in your lives. Hopefully, if you stay committed to your dreams, no matter what that may be. And I went there, and funny thing is, even in the military, in the back of my mind, I still wanted to do entertainment. What I did in the military, I was on the radar. Now, if you ever seen the movie like Steven Seagal, Under Siege, y'all seen that movie, anybody? And the guys up in combat, they're sitting in front of all the high-tech computers and the radar. Well, that's what I did. I told the captain coordinates of enemy ships and things of that nature, planes. I tracked those on the radar. But time to time, we would have downtime where they would have to maintenance the computers and everything. So I used to beat on the consoles. I used to get into trouble. You know, my first class, recruit, what are you doing? He used to chew me out. You know, but I didn't let that deter me. You know, I would make up raps. You know, they used to call me street punk. You know, what do? You went out to go get a loaf of bread for your mama and never come back? I used to get that a lot. You know, but what it is I made my mind up while I was in there that I was going to be totally committed to what I did. Even though that's not what I really wanted to do, I really wanted to be in entertainment, I made myself totally committed to my job because I know when we were out to sea, it was serious business. So what eventually happened is the captain came to me with a personal letter. He wrote to me, asking me to re-enlist for 4 more years, and he was going to advance me in rank. So, you know, so I had to make a tough decision. Here it is. I have a future in the military. I really wanted to do entertainment. So that's a tough decision. You know, your dream, here's your dream. And here's something more concrete. Your dreams might not be concrete at that point. Mine wasn't concrete at that point. But I had a solidified thing going right here. But my heart was leading me this way. But I had a plan all along that I wanted to go to school and I wanted to get into either broadcasting. I started at radio, television, broadcasting, then I ended up going into telecommunications, which is why I have a multimedia company right now. You might not have a plan right now, but if there's something in your heart that you love to do, you might want to consider doing that, because what better way to make a living at something you love to do for free? You know, so that's what happened. I ended up going to San Diego City College, and I didn't even graduate, but I spent a year and a half there, and I met a lot of friends. I learned a lot of different things.
So you was like Kanye?
I ain't dressed like him, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, sort of like Kanye, because Kanye, you know, he's a producer and he dealt with all kind of studios, and that's what I did. I ran around all around California. I dealt with a lot of, you know, up and coming artists. I even dealt with celebrity, you know, and recording in studios. How many of you heard of Wu-Tang Clan? Those are friends of mine. RZA, Genius, Method Man, Old Dirty. You know, I don't want to say the word. Old Dirty before he died. You know, I ran into those guys at actually Arsenio Hall show. How many of y'all remember the Arsenio Hall show? I went to his show. had a lime green on Carl Kanai suit like the color of his jacket. Y'all remember Carl Kanai? But that's why I met the Wu-Tang Clan. And I end up doing some music with some of the members of Sons of Man. I mean, y'all heard of them. They're with Wu-Tang. You know, they got a lot of branches. You know, with a couple different people. So, you know, but basically, to make a long story short, I stayed at my dream. I followed my heart. I went to school. I stayed at what I'm doing. And look where it's brought me to right now.
Okay, when you came out, you was what, in the military or whatever you was in? After you left, they helped you pay for college, right?
Right. Well, one thing about the military, and a friend of mine actually suggested that I see a recruiter. You know, he said, man, you know, you have time to think. You know, you go in there and you can get paid. You won't have to worry about room and board, and you can decide what you really want to do, and you can actually go to school. And they have a Pell Grant. That's what that is. And they'll pay you to go to school. Not only will they give you a Pell Grant. Now, these are the benefits of the military. There are also pitfalls, but there are a lot of benefits. Yeah, they'll give you a Pell Grant. They'll also give you a guaranteed home loan.
I'm trying to play football.
I heard you over there talking about it. But, okay, so why...
Talking about you don't know if you're going to play next year. I heard you.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't know if you're going to play next year, did you?
Oh, I'm playing for school, whatever. But I'm not saying my dream. I'm trying to play NFL.
NFL?
Yeah, and like, you know, it's hard. Everybody don't make it.
Who else got dreams? What's your dream?
I want to be a pediatrician, but sometimes I doubt it because, like, I hate math, and you need math to go into that field.
You want to be a pediatrician, but math is an obstacle in your way.
Like, that's the most terrible subject for me. Like,
Maybe you need to look at it from a different angle. Math, that is. And what I mean by that, okay, yeah, we all had our problems. I did with math in school. But then you have to step back and figure why you need to get better at math. And the reason is that it's just like I was telling that gentleman. Once you become something, you're going to earn a living. So you're going to have to be able to master your situations with your finances. So it'd behoove you to want to get into math. If you need help, my advice is to seek out those who are really good at math. Befriend those type of people and don't be afraid to ask questions. No, never feel stupid to ask a question. And get into the book yourself. You know, be repetitive with the teacher. If you don't understand something, raise your hand again. You know, that's what they're there for. Raise your hand. You know, just, I know it's kind of hard to be enthusiastic about something that you really don't care for, but you got to step back and reanalyze and look at math and how important math is going to become in your life as your life goes on. So just know that. I mean, you could be a pediatrician. I mean, that's a great field. And you're right, you're going to have to know doses, measurements, and all type of things dealing with math. Matter of fact, math is at the foundation of all things in existence, whether we know it or not.